What's up, everybody? I am back from my honeymoon, and I couldn't get rid of this cough if my life depended on it, but I'm going to try and record this audio anyway. So if I stop abruptly, or if you hear my voice starting to get like this, it means I'm going to cough soon, and it means my life is a living hell. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the new aggressive frame machine guns. When I say new, I understand that Pro Memoria came out with the final shape back in June of 2024. But since then, specifically this episode in Heresy, we have gotten 3 new frames. One that was updated to a 600 and 2 brand new ones, a world drop and 1 part of the Heresy loot pool. I want to go over those machine guns, not in terribly great detail, but I do want to effectively rank them for you. While I have to say, this is going to be my opinion on the strength of these machine guns, I'm pretty confident that this is a list that the vast majority of people will agree with. In terms of the quality and effectiveness of these machine guns, I love the aggressive frame archetype. It doesn't quite hit the extreme range of like a 450. It doesn't fire quite as fast as a rapid fire frame 900, but you get the best of both worlds. And that allows you to also have some fun with the perks because you don't need to worry about a 450 being way too strong in PvP or Gambit, and you don't need to worry about something like a 900 just dumping ammo like in the Delirium days. They fit a really nice niche, and they are my new favorite frame of machine gun, and I just want to run down how I rank them, order of strength, order of effectiveness, and just a couple of highlighted perks that I think you should keep an eye out for if you get these particular weapons. Coming in at the bottom of our list today is going to be the Quaffer 5. Say that 10 times fast. It is a world drop machine gun featuring the wildcard origin trait, and it's nothing really to write home about. It is the only stasis aggressive frame option. So if you are in dire need of a stasis 600 RPM machine gun, look no further. However, I would probably advise you to look for another option that isn't a stasis machine gun. It's just not an especially compelling perk pool. The highlight perks here really end up being Feeding Frenzy, potentially Triple Tap. I would love to tell you Rhyme Stealer, except in the 4th column, it doesn't have any perks that synergize with Rhyme Stealer. So if you are running a very stasis-heavy build, there are ways to make that work for you. So it's not an impossible task. It's just not ideal. It does have One for All, it has Rampage, it has Golden Tricorn, Dragonfly, and the new Elemental Honing perk, which gives it the potential to put out a ton of damage. But are you really going to put that much work dealing all those different kinds of elemental damage just to buff your machine gun when there are so many better perks? I mean, would you really rather go through the process of proccing Elemental Honing when you could just shoot 3 ads and hit One for All and get a 35% buff right there? The work, is the juice worth the squeeze? And with Quaffer, I give this one a bit of a pass. I wouldn't recommend it. Next up, and clocking in at number 3 on our list, is the Pro Memoria machine gun, the final shape machine gun from the Pale Heart, featuring the Dealer's Choice origin trait. And this is a great machine gun. This was the baseline of what these were going to be, and ever since I used it, I was itching for the next iteration because Pro Memoria came out and it does have some really nice perk options, but it always felt like this was the test bed. This was the machine gun where they said, we want to put this out, but we don't want it to be too crazy. We don't want it to hit too hot. So we're going to go a little slow. We're going to ease people into this. And then they hit us over the head with 3 of them now. So, it worked, I guess. Highlight perks in the third column are going to include Envious Assassin, Reconstruction, which is my personal favorite, and I'd probably throw a nod to Hatchling, because having that in the third column adds a little bit of damage dealing / add clear potential, combined with another damage perk. So that's a neat thing. You know, Strategist, Demolitionist, Attrition Orbs are also nice to haves, but maybe not necessarily on a machine gun demo if I had to choose between the three, but I would definitely go with something that's going to put more ammo in the magazine or something that's going to let me do a little more damage. As far as the fourth column, Desperate Measures is always a great option, especially if you're going to pair that with Demolitionist. Suddenly you have a really killer combo with that. Target Lock works really well with these deep magazines you can get with Reconstruction or Envious. Dragonfly is an always effective add clear perk, and there is Bait and Switch. Bait and Switch is fine. Bait and Switch is kind of cool to have on a machine gun, but I don't really do that with my machine guns. I'm not really setting up that as part of a damage rotation, and so you can do that. It's not my first choice. I have Frenzy on my particular roll just to give it the free handling and reload speed for when I need it. Bait and Switch is a cool option, and I like that it's there. I personally lean towards Frenzy, and Pro Memoria is easy to get. You just need to play on the Pale Heart. You can eventually craft it, and you can make exactly what you want out of this thing. So, great machine gun. Definitely take the time to get one, craft one. This is going to be a great machine gun to have going into the next era of Destiny. Coming in at number 2 on our list is the Watchful Eye from the Nether activity in episode Heresy. You can get this as normal or adept, and you can get it masterworked with additional origin traits. Specifically, you have the Willing Vessel origin trait and the Runneth Over origin trait, which comes from King's Fall. This is a great feeling machine gun. It is arc, and I love it. Overflow is my favorite. Honestly, Overflow killing tally is the original 21% delirium roll, and it feels incredible on this machine gun. Dare I say, better than delirium ever did. I know that's tough to say, but with an adept, if you can get this roll, you can put on adept mag. That's 91 rounds in the mag with, I have appended mag on mine. Overflows to 201 rounds, I believe, if I remember correctly, and you just fire forever. It feels like you're firing delirium. You're doing more damage than delirium, and then I run it with the Willing Vessel origin trait for the additional stability and handling. It's a great combination, and you're not going to use Runneth Over if you have Overflow. You're just not going to be reloading your gun. It doesn't make any sense. Use Willing Vessel. You're getting stats. It's making the gun feel better. As far as the third column goes, if for whatever reason you're not using Overflow, you're probably going to want Eddy Current, so you can quickly reload the weapon. It's very easy to get amplified with this weapon, so you're going to get very fast reloads. Field Prep is there if you want deeper reserves. You can definitely do that, and if you just can't get Eddy Current and you can't get Overflow, don't be upset if you get Field Prep. Fourth column has a ton of great options. You have Thunderlord at home with jolting feedback. You have Elemental Honing if you want to work for that buff. You have Surrounded if you really want to get right in everyone's face. Target Lock is great with that overflowed mag. Sword Logic is one of the best damage perks in the game because it's incredible damage and it lasts a long time when you're killing those larger enemies. Again, though, for me, killing tally, that flat 30%, you kill 3 red bars real quick, and you just fire this thing forever. It's a joy to use. It's one of the best feeling machine guns in the game, and if it wasn't for our number 1 option, I would probably never take this off. Coming in at number 1, and no surprise to anyone who has used this weapon, is the Corrective Measure from the Vault of Glass. The Vault of Glass weapons were updated this episode, and there's a lot of great rolls in there, but Corrective Measure is probably the best gun you can get in that raid right now. Corrective Measure was updated from a 450 to a 600, which is the best thing that could have happened to it, because in a world with Commemoration and Hammerhead, the 450s were covered. There's nothing else you need in that category. Making Corrective a 600 allows it to stand out because now it's a faster firing frame, but it feels like it hasn't lost anything in the process. This feels better than Corrective Measure ever did. If you're daring and you want to run Master Vault of Glass, there is a time-lost version of this gun, and I highly recommend it if you can get a team to run it. It's not as hard as you'd think it would be, and it is so good having that Adept mag on there. In the third column, we have incredible options. We have Redirection, which is a great damage perk to have in the third column. You have Rewind Rounds, keep firing. You have Subsistence, keep firing. You have Demolitionist, Ability Energy, and keep firing. You have Firefly, reload quickly and keep firing as everything explodes. And my personal favorite, the recently buffed Destabilizing Rounds, makes this gun feel so good. Rooms just turn purple, and I love it. I love it. Destabilizing feels incredible on a machine gun. It's so good. In the fourth column, you have the option of Demoralized if you want to get crazy with the debuffs. You have Withering Gaze if you want to get crazy with the debuffs. You have One for All if you want to pair that with Destabilizing Rounds and get that free 35%. You have Elemental Honing, again, if you really want to work for that damage buff. I know it's not that much work, but I don't want to do it. That's just me. I just don't want to do it. And again, the tried and true, the machine gun perk of all time, Killing Tally. I personally use Destabilizing Killing Tally. I did use Destabilizing One for All, and I very much prefer Killing Tally. Consistent damage all the time, fire this gun forever, and combined with its origin trait, you don't need anything like Overflow, because getting Final Blows with this weapon grants super energy, and when your super expires, so when you use it, it doubles the magazine size, reloads it from reserves, and even if you reload the gun, it still loads to that overflowed state. It's so good. For however long it lasts, it's one of the best perks in the game. Getting your super, killing a bunch of ads, doing a ton of damage. This is the do-it-all machine gun of all time. Corrective Measure might be the best machine gun in the game. Full stop. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I pre-recorded the footage for it so that I could guarantee I would stay within a certain time limit for each machine gun. And that got harder as I liked the machine guns more and more. So you can tell on those last two, I really wanted to keep talking. But this video isn't focused on the individual, hey, this is what makes this great, even though that's kind of what we got into on the last two, just a little bit. I know I lied to you and I'm so sorry. But this is just about how you should target these machine guns. Going into the Edge of Fate, you're going to want these machine guns. Basically, just follow that order, and as you get closer to the top and you get one of those machine guns, just know you're going to have a machine gun that is going to serve you very well in the next expansion and going forward. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.